Okay, guys, we're going to start our live today. So today I'm going to show you centering of 3 and 4 kilos of clay. And before I start, please, can I ask you to write down in chat your country or your city, where are you now, just to understand from where people are coming today. So, and I want to show you two methods of centering. So actually the method is the same, but the shape of lump of clay will be different. So the one will be for Korean, or it's not only Korean. I learned it in Korea, but many potters like from Spain, from Italy, from Turkey, they do the same. So it makes sense. If you want to pull a tall cylinder, you don't need to make a flat piece of clay. You can make a center clay like a column shape. And I will show you how to do that. And also I show the classic way how to center the clay in the proportion, the classic proportion. So let's check. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Australia, France, Finland, Turkey as well, Japan, Germany. Wow, all of the world here. Yeah, but I see the most of people from Europe, France, Spain. Wow, Pakistan is interesting. Amsterdam, Sweden. Nice, guys. Welcome to my live today, and I'm going to turn on my another camera and start with the centering right now. So now you please text in chat if everything is good, sound is good, video is good, and you can see everything very clear. Okay, text like something. Okay, oh, fine, nice. So before I start centering, I would like to show you my setup, and as you can see now, it's kind of maybe not really. Yeah, here you can see the wheel is quite low. In my taste, it could be a little bit higher, but I don't have anything to raise the wheel up. But in this case, for centering, it's not bad. So my chair is quite high, and I can see it's around 15 centimeters here between my leg and the splash pad. So in this case, I can use my body weight very effective. And in some cases, you can, if your wheel is higher, it's okay. You can put something under your left knee to raise it up a little bit, and you can use your left leg like this to center the clay. So let's start with the 3 kilos. And in this weight, I'm going to I need to turn on the wheel. Okay. So here is around 3 kilos of clay, and before I start, I need to say one important thing I forgot. So guys, this is my responsibility to tell you about this. And actually, when we work with a bigger amount of clay, when we work with like a decent amount of clay, and we would like to make something like a tall piece with even walls, actually we need to use quite hard clay. So the humidity of this clay should be really low. In this case, we can the wall can keep itself very good. So, but if you start with the hard clay directly, start learning centering, start learning anything with the hard clay, it could be really dangerous for your health, for your joints. And my suggestion, I just really want to ask you to use soft clay when you're learning something. It doesn't matter. So especially if you work with a big amount of clay, let's understand how it works with a soft clay, and then you can little by little make it stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger. In this case, you will save your health, you will save your wrist, and it's really important. And my experience and the experience of my students, it's not always good, because some people I know, they are trying to learn with a hard clay at the beginning, and it's it doesn't make sense, guys. Just take soft clay, please. Okay. So, and now I just put my piece on the center, and the best way to fix the clay on the wheel head, it's clapping. And many people skipping this stage. I don't know why, but it's really effective. It's really easy. So I just clap it like this. You have two options. You can rotate the wheel using your hands like this and clap, or you can choose the minimum speed like this and clap. So the idea of this movement is to create the symmetric shape, as much symmetric as possible. And also when I clap like this, the consistency of the clay is changing. So the clay become a little bit softer, and it will be much more easy to center it in future. And now let's start centering. As you can see here, I have like two buckets. The one is for water, one for sleep, and I'm going to put extra sleep here and take water from here. For me, it's really useful. And now I want to show you the technique how to avoid a lot of water in our splash pan. And now you can see the top view. My splash pan is clean now, and many people having some troubles with a lot of water here, and then they use they spend so many time to remove this water. So, and I want to share how I throw without any dirty in the splash pan. So the idea of this movement, I need to put exact amount of water, which clay possible to keep on the surface. So I use my right hand here. I touch the clay and put water on the top and wait. If I still feel the clay here is sticking to my hand, it means I need to put more water. And now I feel like all of the surface is slippery and I can start centering. So the basics of centering, especially coning up, in this case, totally the same as we work with the 1 kilos of clay, but here you don't have any chance to use the power of your hands. So you have to use technique. If we work with a small amount of clay, we can use power, and it will work. You can center clay, but when you get decent amount of clay, it is impossible. So that's why if you feel like you cannot control clay, if you cannot center it, it means maybe you need to correct your technique. So, and let's remember the 2 steps of coning up. The first step we call bulldozer. I use the base of my palm, I put it here, I turn on the wheel, and then I'm going to move my body forward and join my elbow with my body. So there are several options. The best for me, if I put my elbow not on the top of my leg, but inner part here. And I help with my body and with my leg as well, and push it forward. So when I do bulldozer, I don't need to go up. I just push the bottom part of the clay with my left base of my palm. And now you can see the clay shifted here, and I can move to the next step. Next step is ketchup. So the idea of ketchup, I need to squeeze the clay up. I squeeze it up and move my hands and follow the clay. Now I have a cone, and I have 2 steps to cone down. The first step we call banana, remember? I have to bend the tip of my cone like this to create the same angle as banana, and then I keep pushing forward and move my hands down following the clay. In this case, if I use the technique like this, I have high risk of uncentering the bottom part. That's why I move my right hand from the top of my left hand here. So I keep it here. I use the same part, the bottom, the base of my palm. I keep it here, and I'm trying to control this part of clay to avoid uncentering here. So I push with my left here and control with my right here, like this. So let's do it. Push forward and control this side, like this. As you can see here, we have like a kind of roof. Yeah, the angle, it should be like this. So if the angle like this, it means it's too sharp. The angle, you can change the angle using your elbow. You move your elbow up, the angle changing. You move your elbow down, the angle changing. So the angle like this is perfect. Okay. So, and actually, I can finish centering same as 1 kilos of clay because I have big hands. Look, I just it's a yurt shape, and I need to close the roof of the yurt. I control the side, I push down, and I can see clay is centered. But not everyone has a big hand, or if I take more clay, I cannot do like this because I don't have enough power to do that. So for this movement to finish the centering of decent amount of clay, I have kind of a couple of more tips how to make it easily. So for example, we make cone. Some people afraid this volcano. So you already know how to avoid it, but if it happened like this, that's not big deal. So if you're not closed, if you not trap the air inside, if you not close the water inside, that's okay. You can start coning down and nothing happens. So if this volcano small, you don't need to worry about this. And now I take slip and I'm spreading it on the surface of my cone and put a little bit water. And as you can see, it's still clean hair, like several drops, but it's like really easy way to avoid a lot of water, just to catch the water using your right hand. So if I put my water here, I catch the drops with my right hand, and that's it. So coning down, I push with my left forward, I bend the top of my piece, and I keep my right hand here and move the clay down, control the side with my right, and push it forward and follow the clay. And when I have a like kind of yurt, but with the high walls, I stop. I stop here and changing the direction of my movement. So before I push like this, but now I'm going to keep pushing forward and I'm going to move my elbow down like this. So my right hand here, my left hand here. At the end, it should become symmetric. See? The base of my palm here. From here to here. So the idea, I'm not just do like this. Yeah? I'm going to keep pushing. I push it down and move my elbow down. Push, keep pushing, and move my elbow down. So here I figured out a trick which my body do when I do this movement. Look, if you put something under your left feet, you can raise your knee here, like quite high, and I put my left elbow here. I push forward, and then, I don't know how this movement, see? I'm changing the height of my knee using my feet. So I put my feet on fingertips like this, okay? And then I move it down. And this movement, look, I don't need to keep my elbow in the air. I keep it here. I push forward and move my knee down and my elbow going down and my hand going down. So it's really easy, and I really don't use so much power. This is the most difficult part when we are finishing coning down. In this case, if you use this technique, I push it forward, my right hand here, I use my body weight, I lean forward, push the clay, and move my knee down, and now clay is centered. Okay, guys, do you have any questions about this technique? You can turn on your microphone, you can write down in chat, I can see the chat. While you're texting, I need to tell you about the most common mistake. The most common mistake when we work with a big amount of clay, like a decent amount of clay. Sometimes to prepare like a 4 kilos of clay or 5 kilos of clay, it's really difficult, you know. It's like take time, and also power. So your energy, you're spending so much energy to prepare clay, and sometimes you like feel, oh, I'm tired, but in ideal world, it's I should like wedge it a little bit more to remove all of the air bubbles to make it very even. And we are skipping this movement. So we think, okay, on the wheel, I'm going cone up, I'm going cone down, and I will fix it. So I will finish like a wedging on the wheel. And this is the mistake. So better you cut your piece to half and wedge one part and then wedge another part and then put it together. It will be better. It's better if you wait, like have a rest, drink tea, then come back and wedge, finish wedging, and make sure the clay prepared very good. Because when we work with the small pieces, it's easy to fix it on the centering. But when we work with a decent amount of clay, it is not so easy. That's why preparation is much more important in this case. Okay, and soft clay. If you use this advice, you will be king of centering. So for me, the troubles is with centering the most bottom part. It stays wiggly. Maria, that's very good question. I have an answer for you. So the bottom part of the clay, it's wiggly. Why it happened? Because clay at the bottom part didn't center it, right? What does it mean? There are two conditions to center clay. The first condition, it is control. So when I center clay, I have to control the clay on the top, and I have to control the side of the clay. In this case, I can center. So if I don't have control at the bottom part, I'm not controlling the clay here, only like this, no control on the side. Clay cannot center here, right? This could be one reason of uncentering. But the most common reason, it is the other things. The second condition of centering, it is movement. So we should move the clay and control it at the same time. If we follow these rules, if we control the clay, if we move it, we don't have any troubles. But what we can do, imagine this is like a lamp of clay, and then you center it. Look, cone up, cone down, cone up, cone down. Look, it looks like I'm moving the clay, but as you can see, the bottom part, it's not moving. This part, it is not moving. It's staying one place, right? So in this case, if you cone up the clay like this, clay here at the bottom is not moving, and the second condition, it doesn't work. It means you cannot center clay. You have to move the clay. In this case, it looks like this. I can show you. I center clay like this, and I make cone, and there is a kind of skirt here, and I didn't grab this clay, and I don't use this clay for centering. So how to avoid it? When you center clay, when you do bulldozer movement, you need to move the bottom part first. Look, I put my left hand here and I push it forward. I push
Sorry,
it.
we can't see the wheel.
Pardon?
We cannot see the wheel.
You cannot see the second the picture of my top view camera.
Ah, yes, sorry. Yes, now I can. Sorry, I missed that.
Yeah, can you see that?
Yes.
Yeah, because my hands is dirty. I can move this one, but so I see from this view it's possible to see. So the
Okay.
idea when you do bulldozer, you need to do not go up too early. You need to touch the wheel always when you do bulldozer to move the very bottom part. And now the bottom part become narrow and I can go up, right? And this clay was like this, and now it's become narrow. It means the clay moving. If I'm not control the bottom part, if I push down like this, only push the top, the bottom part could be uncentered. But if my right hand here, and I push with my left, and control, and move the clay down, in this case, you will never have any troubles with the bottom part. Okay. Also, it could be the reason of this wiggly. It could be not good prepared clay. So if the clay is prepared was not good, if some air bubbles there at the bottom part, of course you will have wobbling. So you need to check all of these things, and I think you will fix it. Anyway, if you still have troubles, you can, if you are in our Telegram group, you also can text in chat and tag me, and you can send your video of your throwing, and I give you feedback and trying to give more advices. Okay. Are you left-handed? I hope that the right word, because I don't speak English well. I think I push the cone with my right hand to center it. I'm a left-handed, but this technique use a lot of people, like and most of these people are right-handed. So one more time, I have to say, in throwing, you have to be ambidextrous. You have to use both of your hands equal. So imagine during centering, my dominant left hand, I push with my left, and this very important. It should be clockwise rotation. So, or counterclockwise. If counterclockwise, I use left hand. If clockwise, of course, in Korea, they use right hand, but they throw counterclockwise. But the technique, what I show you, the left hand is dominant when I center the clay. Yeah. I cannot use my right, because if I push with my right hand, I have to keep it like this. And as you can see, this line is not crossing the center of the of my clay. If I do like this, it's crossing now, but it's following the clay and sliding like this, so I cannot keep it like this with my right hand. But when I use my left, the line crossing the center, and I can easy push the clay up. When I use when I do centering, my left hand is dominant. But for example, when I open the clay, both of my hands are dominant. I use both of my hands equal. When I open the clay, so here you can choose. You can use your left hand as dominant. You can use your right hand as dominant. It doesn't matter. Actually, here I use both of my hands to pull. You can decide, you know. Here you can put your left and cover with your right. And you can decide, okay, I push with my left as dominant and help with my right, or I push with my right and I use my left as a tool. Okay, it doesn't matter. So, but when I open the clay, I use both of my hands. When I pull the wall, now my right hand is dominant and left hand is just follower. I pull the wall, my right hand is dominant. So if I want to use only one hand dominant, I need to switch the rotation always, you know, like, okay, when I center, I use clockwise. When I pull the wall, I use counterclockwise. In this case, I can use my right hand as a dominant hand. For example, I'm going to make shape. I open the clay like this. In this case, my left hand become dominant again. So it's always changing. And actually, it's always one hand is dominant hand and another hand is follower. And actually, you have to use both of your hands. So you cannot skip like, okay, I'm righty, I'm going to use only my right hand. If you want to learn throwing, you need to like train your hands and use both of them equal. So I hope I will answer. I hope I already answered your question. So about bottom part, I already told. When centering clay, my wheel turns way quicker. I know that's also a problem because you need way more water. What's your trick on using just the right amount of water? So when centering clay, my wheel turns way quicker. So your wheel speed is faster, you mean, or what do you mean? I cannot understand. So how I understand how? Yeah, Christian, can you explain me?
Yeah, my wheel turns way faster than yours because I learned it that way. But I always have problems with too much water on the wheel. Yeah.
Yeah, if you feel not enough water, like a friction, and your hands is sticking to the clay, and you like feel like, oh, I need to put more water and more water and more water. Maybe it's about speed of the wheel. If the speed of the wheel is high, the amount of spinning, it could be very high, and the friction can appear very fast. In this case, you can try to synchronize the speed of the wheel and speed of your movement. if you synchronize the things, it will be, you can use less water. But also another trick I already show, the slip on my hands. Look, I'm not put it in my bucket. I use the slip and I'm spreading the slip before I put the water. So I put slip first from my hands, and then I put like a tiny amount of water, and I'm trying to not put too much. And first I need to feel slippery everywhere. If I feel slippery at the bottom, everywhere, I can keep working with the clay. So this trick, I call it super slippery. So when you put slip first, yeah, and then before you put water, and then you put water, it could be like a safe water as well. And the speed is essential. You need to set up your speed.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. When centering, smaller amounts go as well for high speed is the way I learn it. What do you recommend for wheel speed? I don't know, really, guys. I don't know why people suggest to use the maximum speed for centering. So in my experience, it's like a bicycle. If you ride a bicycle, you need to, if you want to get balance on the bicycle, you need to speed up. If your speed very like a slow, you losing balance always, right? When you speed up, the balance, to keep the balance very easy, right? But if the speeds become really high, you can lose balance. It's becoming difficult to keep the balance. And here the same, especially when you work with a decent amount of clay, you need to slow down your wheel. So as you can see, I'm not working with a high speed. It's about saving energy, because I don't use maximum speed, never. So maybe on like a trimming stage, or if I want to polish my pieces, like after I trim, okay, I can use them like a maximum. But in my usual work, I use like maybe half of maximum speed. And with the smaller pieces, the same things. So especially when you work with the bottom part, you can speed up when you go up, and you need to slow down when you go down. So when you work with the bottom part, it's better to slow down your wheel. Which wedging technique should use for higher amount of clay? I use spiral wedging. And I hope I will make a video of wedging, but I don't have a good table here. I'm going to Bangkok in 5 days, and in Bangkok I'm going to visit an amazing studio, and they have everything, and I will make a video of spiral wedging for you, okay? I promise. But I checked the effectiveness of wedging. I mixed two types of clay. I got white and red and mix it and use different technique, spiral wedging and ram's head. And I did 100 movement. In both of case, the clay would become very even. So it's the effectiveness of this method is very similar. But for me, about spiral wedging, I can wedge faster. The movement could be faster for me. I cannot wedge fast with the ram's head. And also with a big amount of clay, for me it's more suitable to to use a spiral wedging. I don't know why. So I use spiral wedging, but if you're struggling with the wedging of big amount of clay, as I told before, you can split your piece for like 2 parts or 3 parts, and then wedge it separately and then put it together, and that's not problem. I'm very tall. How you manage it to sit in a good position without getting a weak back after some hours of throwing, bending over the time? So it's about, for tall people, I think it's essential to think about how we can manage the height of the wheel itself. So if like a standard position, when we sit like this, look here, it's I'm sitting too high actually. For big amount of clay, it could be nice because when I pull the wall, I sit high, it's easy for me. Yeah, center clay, I can use all of my weight to center the clay. But for like pieces like 500 grams, 1 kilo, even 2 kilo, I sitting too high. So in this case, I have to move up my wheel. I need to keep it like this. In this case, I don't need to bend my back too much. So like the medium, the normal position, when the surface of your leg little bit higher than the wheel splash pan. This is the normal position. So I am 182, so it's 11 centimeters lower than you, and yeah, I think you can change, adapt the wheel height and the chair height to your body. It's not so difficult. Okay, can you show how you use and make the knuckle for pulling? I have trouble pulling straight. It always turns like a ball, not a cylinder. So today we are going to talk about centering, and next live, when we finish centering, of course, I'm going to talk about pulling the walls as well, and I will try to explain it as clear as possible. But now I cannot, because I have so much stuff to tell about centering. Do you have any tips how to throw big weight if the clay has grok, like half of millimeters? So you need to use as less clay, as less water as possible. Use this super slippery technology, as I told you before. Take slip, put slip first, and then a little bit water, and then you can throw. Yeah, that's it. If you feel like don't use high speed. If you use high speed with a grok clay, it's wow, it's kind of sandpaper, like sanding your skin. You know, if you have to set up the speed as well. And if you can use like a chamois, artificial chamois. You can wrap your knuckle when you pull, for example, to avoid like hurting your skin. So this advice is about grog clay. Do you need to change anything when you center 3-4 kilos porcelain with clay? No, I don't need to change anything. So with the porcelain is more essential to use less water, even more essential than working with the grog, because porcelain can become as a cream cheese very fast. You need to work fast and use a small amount of water. Yeah, of course, I leave the record of this video, and everyone can rewatch it and watch. I save it, of course. Thank you so much, Eugene. You are the best. I have to go now. Okay, Maria, you're welcome. When you do the ketchup, do you push strongly upward or squeeze gently? So the idea of ketchup, I need to push 50-50. When I do bulldozer, I can use only my left hand. I push with my body and the clay moving up easy. But when I do ketchup, I have to involve my right hand as well and help with the fingers. So it's still pushing the bulldozer with the body and pull the clay with my right hand and also fingers together. And the movement is more about like ketchup. You take a bottle and squeeze it. So many people trying to push too much with the left and bending the cone, which not really good when you cone up, because the bending, it's about moving the clay down, and you trying to, in this case, trying to move the clay up and down at the same time. It's not so good for the clay. And also you need to don't need to move your hands faster than clay moves. So you need to follow the clay. The clay always above your hands. When you do ketchup, you squeeze it and follow, squeeze it and follow. I will show you on another piece. Which clay you recommend? What's your favorite kind of clay? How much grog and which size? So it depends on your goal. Yeah, I cannot suggest you like, oh, you can use this clay, because the color, what color do you need? What temperature are you going to fire? What kind of glaze are you going to use with this clay? Do you want to use it for a dish, or only as a decoration? So it's so many questions. It depends on your goal, and sometimes we are choosing the clay. It is not best clay for throwing, but for example, I throw porcelain. Porcelain is not so easy for throwing, but I want like a super white clay body. I use porcelain, and I'm trying to adapt. So if we're talking about stoneware, in Europe, there is a clay, Sibelka. I think it's German clay, and I tried one type of this stoneware. The most of Sibelka is not so really good for throwing, but this clay I really like. If you text me after the live, I can find the numbers, because I don't remember the numbers of this clay. So, but for like until 2 kilos, you can use almost any kind of clay. If you want to make bigger, try to choose a clay terracotta clay is always keeping itself better a little bit than other clay. Grog is I don't think so. Like you need to grog. Maybe 0.2 is maximum for throwing. Sometimes you need like grog if you make like a thick wall, like you need one with the wall is around 1 centimeter. You need grog because if you throw clay without grog and make keep the wall is quite thick, you can get some troubles when you dry it. So it can be crack, or you can get deformation during drying and firing. So that's why we use grog. But for throwing, it's not changing anything. The grog, if you put grog, the plasticity of the clay become lower, and it's so the throwing can become more difficult if you put grog in the clay. Okay, yeah, thank you so much. So guys who living, don't forget, I'm going to throw another piece now and with 4 kilo, and I'm going to center it as a column shape for like a Korean style throwing. Okay, so if I miss your question, please can you text it again or turn on your microphone and ask me directly, okay? So let's remove this piece and take another one. Okay, let's move the camera again. And oh, my laptop now I can fire it soon. It's a masterpiece. Yeah, actually the best way is to wash the hands and then move to another piece, because if my hands are like a slippery, it's not so easy to fix the clay like this. But my hands are almost dry. Okay, 4 kilos. So what is the difference? Before we go up and go down, and the clay moved like this. So up and down, up and down. And now we are not going to come back to the flat shape. We're going to keep the like a kind of column shape always. So I put water, I fix my left elbow and push the clay forward, and wait. I'm not going up. Look, I wait when the clay at the bottom become narrow. And now I am going up. I don't want to make the top very thin and sharp. I just keep it like this, like a column shape. And now I'm going to go down. I do the same movement, banana, here, and I keep my right hand here. Maybe I move a little bit like this to show you the best angle, okay? A bit more. Okay, this one is better, yeah? You see right hand, left hand, I push forward, and also, as you remember, I can keep my elbow here, or I can keep it in the air. In this case, the point of contact, look, if I keep my elbow on my leg like this and move my feet, move my elbow down, the point of contact here. So the leverage is short, it's easier. But if I keep my elbow like this, the point of contact here in my shoulder, and I move, push the clay with my shoulder like this, and the leverage is become bigger, it's more, could be more complicated. So, but actually I don't need to use so much power. I just move my body and trying to keep my hand straight and solid, and it works as well. So look, I can keep it in the air, I can put it here, it doesn't matter. You can choose. So here, look, the top part, I make it as a roof of the yurt, and now I'm not going to keep pushing down. I push forward and move my hand down like this. So it looks like this. I'm changing the direction of movement. Before it was like this, now it is like this. I push it forward and go down. See, it's kind of wave here. And go up again. Bulldozer. And pushing forward. Keep pushing and go down. And bulldozer again. So the idea of column shape centering, the biggest problem when we work with the top part, I center the top, the bottom uncentered. I center the bottom, the top is uncentered, and it could be like always like that. So I center the top, the bottom is centered, and then I move it and cannot understand what happened. If you see the problem like that, it means your clay is not even. You need to mix it more. You need to do banana, push it forward, control here, go down. It's the principle of centering is kind of fun. The clay move like this. When I do bulldozer, the clay from the side go to the center. The clay from the center go to the top part. Clay from the top go here. It's mixing like this. If your clay, if you see wobbling, if you see some part is still not centered, it means the clay is still not mixed enough. Also, the problem could be, as I told before, you prepare clay not like a proper way. So you need sometimes to realize, okay, I prepared this clay not so good, and better I cut it off and take another clay, prepare with a good way, and then I can center it easy. Also, for practicing, try to use soft clay, as I told before as well. So now let's finish it. I go up. I need to avoid skirt here. If you have skirt, this clay will be wasted. So you cannot use this clay, this skirt. That's why we have to have like almost 90 degree here. How to get 90 degree? You need to use the base of your palm here, as I told you, and pinky and the rib of your palm here on your right hand. When I do bulldozer, I help with my right and I try to scoop up the clay from the bottom, like this. And now clay here is centered. I go up and maybe I can squeeze the bottom part even more and go up. And now I push very, very top. And now I can see clay is centered. And then I can open it like this. I can pull the top part first. I can put some slip here and open the bottom part of this clay. And open the bottom and keep going. Continue throwing. So we're going to talk about throwing as well, about pulling the walls, about opening. I have a lot of stuff to share with you, and me and my team now we are preparing like a new project, education project. It will be kind of club for potters who want to improve them skills, and I'm going to like keep sharing my knowledge. If you're interested, just stay tuned, and I will show you all of the information about this very soon. Okay. So I see a question I missed. Don't you need your hip glued to the pottery wheel? Glued. It's like a touching the pottery wheel. I don't know. Good question. I need to watch how I work normally. Actually, I touch the wheel with my hips the most of the time when I center, but sometimes it could be like this. It's I don't know. Sorry, I cannot answer now this question. So, guys, maybe some of you on the wheel now. No. Oh no. I have to make another session. So I need to try some people who could be on the wheel and make another session, because it's really valuable for you, because all of the mistakes people do are same, really same. I realized it's kind of about centering. It's maybe 6 common mistakes, and people always do. And when I show you these mistakes, like I show by myself, it's not understandable as I show on the other people. So guys, I hope next time I will try to find people on the wheel, and we will try to work with them. So in this case, I still have time to answer your question if you still have questions. If you don't have questions, we can slowly finish our live, and I hope it will be it was useful for you today. Questions? You can turn on your microphone. You can also text.
Oh, I will ask you then later about the clay, about the Sibelco clay. That was very helpful for me. Yeah, the whole.
Are you in Telegram group?
I don't think so.
So it's up to you. You can text me in Instagram in like send me a direct message, and then I will
Perfect.
share. But I suggest you to join the group, because we have a kind of community there, and we are talking like every day. We are sharing the video of throwing, and we are communicating, and it's kind of like a small community. It's growing community. It's becoming bigger and bigger, and I hope it become much more big. And I'm trying to create this space useful for potters, for people, and also your questions, your feedback, and your involving in this process is important as well, because community, it's about people. If people not joining, there
That's
is
good.
no.
I will join the group and ask them there.
Okay. Do you always center the clay by moving it up and down? You can also do it pressing down. I'm not sure I'm explaining myself well. It's a good question, because I see some people trying to center clay like this. So they use like a karate chop on the top, and kind of bulldozer here, like this, and use very high speed, like, and center clay. In this case, you can center clay this way, but the clay should be prepared perfect. When I do cone up and cone down, the structure of clay is changing. It's twisting and becoming like a spiral. And also, if I have some air bubbles or some inconsistencies, I can fix it when I do cone up and cone down. If you center clay like this, you cannot remove air bubbles, for example. And I don't know, that all of potters, which I really respect, which I learn from them a lot, all of them do cone up and cone down. So no one center like this. So I know the people who center like this, it's the most of them beginners, or like they don't work with like a decent amount of clay. With a small amount of clay, it could be workable maybe, but with the bigger, how are you going to center the clay without moving? And also, it is not just pressing down, it's about moving as well. So imagine if you work with the clay like this. So I'm trying to do time machine to show you that. Remember about two conditions of centering clay. It's control and movement. Here, it is the same. When I center clay like this, I have to move the clay anyway. If I'm trying, just keep the clay, push same power from here and from here, and trying to keep the clay on the one place, it is not working. So it's still kind of like this. Go up, go down. So I cone up, but not so much. I push like this and push down and push up and push down. And my hands moving like this. I have to move the clay. If I push from here, I ask clay to go up. If I push clay from the top down, I ask clay to go down and extend. If I push 50% from here and 50% from here, like apply same power, the clay cannot understand which way should it go. And you can get uncentered like this, in this case, uncentering. I can do that. So, for example, in this, what I can see very, very often, it's like this. High speed, and people trying to do something with this clay, and they really cannot understand principles of centering, and trying to push as hard as possible, and trying to use as high speed as possible. And sometimes they can catch the centering and, oh, okay, the clay is centered. But before, they spent a lot of time and apply a lot of power to do that. So if you want to center clay this way, if you sometimes you cone up, cone down a couple of times, and you understand the clay is even, you can finish the centering like this. Do bulldozer here and wait. Now the clay is centered here. Look. For example, you do bulldozer. Now clay uncentered. Here uncentered and here. I push forward, and now clay here centered. The top still uncentered. I cover with the karate zone and push down. In this case, if I keep strong my left hand and I not allow the clay become wider, I cannot center the clay. I control the side, but I allow to open it and to go down like this. I push down with my right and control here, but I allow to open it. So, and if the clay is still not centered, you can repeat. Go up and then go down. Go up and go down. So you can use this technique, but only when you make sure the clay is even. If you have not even clay, if air bubbles are there inconsistent, you cannot center this way. Okay.
Hello, Jean. I have a little question. It's
Yeah,
not
sure.
about, maybe it's not the subject of today, but I have a lot of troubles with the walls of a piece because I apply too much pressure from outside, but less pressure from inside. And I cannot go higher because everything becomes fluffy. Can you say something to me in that case, please?
So about walls, I can say something for you. Like I have a lessons, like around 1 hour how to pull the wall and how to do this always. So I cannot like explain everything now, but there is techniques. Yeah, the techniques is hundreds, could be hundreds different technique how to do how to center clay, how to pull the wall, how to throw, but the principle is always the same. If we're talking about principle of pulling the wall, there are only 2 steps to pull the wall. The first step, you need to make the wall thinner at the bottom. To make the wall thinner, you need to push from outside and from inside, right? And then when you make the bottom part of the wall thin, you need to fix this distance. Don't change it, don't push anymore, don't relax, just keep the exact size same. And then you pull the wall up and keep it same. If you follow this principle, you cannot get an even wall. But what I can see, people just starting squeezing the wall at the bottom and then directly go up. It looks like this. And the wall at the bottom still thick. Okay. Or sometimes they push from outside and don't push from inside. And the clay not squeezing up, it's shifting. It's still thick, and the bottom part could be become narrow, and you can see the bucket shape. You're not squeezing the wall. So in this case, can I clap with my one palm? No, I cannot. So I need to use both of them. Can I squeeze the wall? Can I make the wall thinner using only outside hand? Of course, no. I need to use my left inside. And sometimes people think, okay, I have to push from inside harder, and they are right. But the idea is not pushing harder. I think it's you need to push it longer, because the clay is the shape is changing. It takes time. So when the wheel is spinning, you need to apply pressure a bit longer than before, and then push 50-50 from inside and outside, and then you can make the wall at the bottom thin and nice. Okay, so I have another question. When you up the clay, do you press with both hands at the same time? And which part of your hand are working? I'm interested in this, improve my explanation to my students. So, David, I don't know, did you watch my previous videos, the record of my videos, explanation of centering? So I have one short video of the very basic of centering, and I have a live before I explain centering as well, and very how to say, like with all of the details. So if you not watch this video, I have in my Telegram group these videos. Also in highlights in Instagram, you can see the videos. You can see the link to YouTube. You can watch it on YouTube these videos. It doesn't matter, up to you. You can watch, and you can use my explanation, like totally same explanation, explain your student, and you can see the result. So I'm okay if all of you will use my way of explanation to other students, because my way to explain, it is not because So I explain like this, not because I think I should explain like this. I explain like this because I have experience before. I try to explain people my way, and people cannot understand. I try to explain different way, and they cannot understand. I try to explain different way, and they again cannot understand. And finally, I trying, and I got the explanation clear for people. And people tell me, like, give me feedback. Eugene, I understand it very clear. And then when I check it, all of the people can understand this explanation. I can use it for other students. And sometimes I delete all of my videos, all of my courses, because I got a new explanation, more understandable. So my explanation, it's not because I understand like this. It's because most of my students understand like this. So my explanation, I got it from experience with thousands people, and that's why it's understandable for most of the people, because it's a kind of testing, like testing of explanation. Okay. Julia, thank you for coming. See you on your next practice session. Okay, guys, let's finish today live. I'm so excited. It's already like 10:30 p.m. in Bali, and I have to go sleep, but I'm full of energy. I'm so excited, and I don't know how I'm going to sleep now. So thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for joining, and I will post the record of this live as soon as possible. Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much, Eugene from Argentina.
Argentina, wow, nice. Someday
Thank you from Colombia.
Colombia, Argentina, wow, I am traveling today. Wow, guys. Okay, I stopped the record.